Hello my friends and welcome back. It's Thanksgiving Friday, so happy Thanksgiving to you. And to give some perspective to me and you, both of us, we're living in a free world, in a country that has no war, no missiles, no threat to the families. I want to bring in for this Thanksgiving some perspective. A video of the fighter of the Ukrainian 25th Assault Battalion, call sign Batareyka, who lived in Tokmak, gives us his story. And it's heavy to watch, but I think this perspective, it's good for me and you both for this Thanksgiving to be thankful for everything we have, I don't have a family anymore. They were in the city of Tokmak when the war began. And then there was a missile strike. I was not there. The boy's name was Andriy, my eldest daughter's name was Karina, my wife named my youngest daughter Evelina. Low quality photos are all that he has left. And there's a baby even. I wasn't there. I was in Kirovgrad, now Kripovnitsky. Then, when communication was lost, I came to Zaporizhia, and from Zaporizhia, I tried to contact my family through volunteer services and the Red Cross. I made requests and wrote all sorts of things to somehow contact them and bring them to me. Then there was a missile strike. I came to Lvov and started making requests from there as well. And then the service that deals with these transfers came to us. And they informed me that my house had been destroyed and everyone who was in it had died. So he was a soldier at the moment Russia invaded, and he found out a few days later, maybe a week later, that he lost his wife, 2 children and a newborn that he hadn't even seen yet in his life. So with this video, with this darkest video, gives us perspective. I'm guessing it's Friday, it's one day after Thanksgiving in the US, and some Europeans are also celebrating it, that you're perhaps having dinner with your family or friends tonight. So this is a moment to value what you have. You have family, you have friends, you have possibly you have a house or a mortgage or a car payment. It's all bad. Every day I have to pay this car and house, but you have it. Your family is alive. They're all and well. This fighter, Batareyka, he lost everything. And with this sad story, I just want to give something to the soul, something from me at least for this Friday. Instructions to the Russian soldiers who came to occupy Ukraine. What should they do with themselves? This is a Ukrainian FPV undoing one of the Russian soldiers, but the soldier itself does the right thing. Check it out. FPV diving into the soldier, but the soldier beats the FPV and pulls the trigger right before the FPV hits. These Russian soldiers, they're actually rehearsing this and they're taught to do this. And I do agree with it. If you go to another countries, another people's land to erase them, I think you should erase yourself. And this is what this Russian soldier is doing. Continuing on videos, this is the Thanksgiving edition. I have plenty of cool videos today for you. This is a Ukrainian fighter. I think he's wounded because he's sitting like that in a firefight. You wouldn't possibly be sitting like that in a firefight if you just didn't get wounded. And a Russian from inside this doorway throws a grenade right in front of his face. Check it out how he reacts. And this is God level calm. He's like doing something with his hands, fidgeting. I don't know what he's doing, but the grenade falls. This is a Russian grenade right here in front of his face. Quite slowly and steadily, throws it back, bada boom. Freedom exported. Happy Thanksgiving, my friends. No more Russian occupiers. That's what I want to see. And this Ukrainian soldier, the nerves of steel. No panic. You don't mess around with your hands. Precise movements. Pick it up. Don't drop it. Throw it back in. You know how soldiers, when they panic, they can misthrow. Throw it at the door. It bounces back. Everything can happen. Not with this dude. Throws it in perfectly. Half a second later it goes kaboom. And freedom is exported. The next video of our Thanksgiving edition of Ukrainian update, we go to the Russian soldiers of the 336th Marine Brigade who attached GoPro on their helmet when they did an assault. And Ukrainian FPV drones are targeting them, and they do an assault. They carry out this assault mission through something which is called a death trail. It's these trails where Russians assault every day, and when you assault you see the previous assaulters, previous group. You know how you see them? Because they're littered all over the place. Let's see how many of these guys' friends we can count. These friends possibly just came to assault yesterday and they assault now. We begin immediately with one here. 2. If I miss any, let me know. FPVs are chasing them. Ukrainian FPVs exporting freedom. They're trying to shoot them down. We're at number 2. That's number 3. 3 comrades already. 3 comrades sleeping with the fishes, pushing up sunflowers. Let's see if we can get to 4. Trying to shoot down an FPV drone. That just hit one of their comrades in the back. I don't know what's the fate of that comrade. We have 3 right now. Do we get to 4? Not yet. 3. This is 4 and this is 5. 4, 5. 5 comrades from the previous assaults littering the Ukrainian fields. I'm gonna count this as 6. I think it's a body. 7. Again, correct me here if I miscount. 7. We're closing in on a full squad here. 8 right here. I cannot make that. This, yeah, it's still 8. This wasn't a body. This is somebody's gear. The red tape is usually attached to the legs or arms of a soldier. That's 9. That's a we got a squad now. 9, 10 right here. They're literally stepping over their dead comrades to occupy another people's land. I cannot fit that into my head. We have number 10 now. I'm guessing this is 11. I mean, you can't sometimes make it out because the body is all over the places, you know. This is 10. 11. It looked like 1. 11. I'm gonna go with 11 here. 12. This is definitely Mr. 12 right here. 13 of Putin's minions, of the occupiers, knocked out cold, pushing up sunflowers. Manure to the Ukrainian flowers. 13. Do we have 14? That's 14 right here, Mr. 14. Do we get 15? No, we don't. 14 in 2 minutes, and they are walking like that for quite a long time. What is the fate of an occupier? Well, we have 14 outcomes right here in this video. What's the fate of the occupier? Happy Thanksgiving, my friends. We continue with videos immediately. Now we go to Ukrainian side. This is footage from the Ukraine's ARTAN special forces counterattacking in Lyman. It's very short, it's very aggressive and very fast, and the trees have leaves, so I'm guessing it was uploaded about 1 to 2 months ago when the trees in Ukraine had some leaves, and there's some color in the leaves, so I'm guessing it was September or October. So, they're driving Humvees. I want to point out some stuff also. First of all, how fast they're going, look at that. That's original speed of the video. How fast do the Humvees go? What, 70 clicks an hour? That's really fast on the battlefield. Look at that speed. driving straight to the Russian positions. I want to point out the inside of the Humvee. If I see that, I saw an AC button. So that's luxury, that's peak luxury, man. Opening up, strafing the positions. 2 Humvees. First one opens to the left, second one opens to the right. They're quite close to each other. Both sides are covered. They don't know where the Russians are exactly, but they know that they are on those 3 lines. There are foxholes and positions. So just open up on everything you see. Just, it's an American Browning exporting some freedom. This is, I mean, it's a Thanksgiving, very American holiday. Yeehaw, my friends. I remind you that Ukrainians are using M113s to charge, so this Humvee is a peak luxury. Strafing everything that just resembles anything, exactly how you should do it. Wonderful work. Full throttle into positions. Now they stop. Browning exports freedom. Infantry dismounts. Connects to the windbreaks, you know, how you call them. To the positions immediately. 2 guys. One side, 2 guys, other side. Previous Humvee does the same. The Humvees now turn around and full throttle back. See, you wanted to go back, but the previous Humvee is still in the process of turning. They delivered the special forces to the Russian positions. They're immediately exfilling, and the infantry special forces go one by one and clear the foxholes. I love the aggressiveness. I love the fact that they're not sparing ammo here. They're strafing everything, and they're doing it fast. No panic. Everything at least looks like it's going according to plan on this video. Praise to these special forces. I'm guessing you're having that Thanksgiving Friday dinner. I mean, Thanksgiving was yesterday, but today you can have that dinner with your family and friends. It's a perfect place to introduce them to some Ukrainian wine from Bakhmut. Let's go, my friends. My friends, after Ukraine wins the war, most things can be rebuilt, but there are things that are gone forever. Let me guide you through a piece of Ukraine's history that is now lost. Hidden 236 feet beneath the ancient ground of Bakhmut hides a secret. The world's deepest wine cellar. This was the birthplace of art wine, crafted using techniques passed down through generations. Art wine is not just a sparkling wine. It's a rare piece of history. On 24th of February 2022, Russia invaded Ukraine, and for a whole year, brave Ukrainian troops defended Bakhmut in the bloodiest battles of the entire war. But in March 2023, Prigozhin with his Wagner group entered the city. The home of art wine fell into the hands of the invaders. Wagner forces did not hide their presence. You can see the officer not believing his eyes. What a treasure they just stumbled upon. Art wine sparkling wine ages for years, and throughout that process, classical music was playing. To the amazement of the occupiers, it was still playing by the time they set their foot into those cellars. You can hear it for yourself. Listen. Not long after that, the leader of the Wagner group, Prigozhin himself, strolls around the cellars admiring the riches of the Ukrainian culture. Prigozhin, in the midst of stealing the bottles, decided to mock the Ukrainian women on Women's Day and wrote a greeting on one of the boxes while his crew was loading the sparkling wine to be taken away. It seemed as if this piece of Ukraine was lost. But it was not so. Just before the city fell, the bravest of men, risking their lives, smuggled out some bottles and they were sent to the US. These last bottles from the cellars of Bakhmut carry the bravery and resilience of the Ukrainian troops who defended the city, some to the very end. Today, in 2025, Ukraine is holding, innovating, creating their own missiles and hitting Russia back. This innovation shows in the Flamingo missile, pink, like the Brut Rosé sparkling wine from Art Wine. While the Flamingo destroys Russian oil refineries, these last Art Wine bottles wait for someone who cherishes their story. This is you. You have seen the suffering and resilience of Ukrainian people, so it is only right that you get the chance to own this piece of Ukrainian history, the last of its kind, a sparkling wine that will never exist again. I am working together with Artwine to get you these last bottles, and only you can get the Rehi Flamingo Special Edition. There is even a flamingo sticker on the bottle for you. There is no better gift than this Flamingo sparkling wine. With it, you gift a piece of Ukrainian history and resolve. If you are looking for a meaning in a gift, well, here it is. This is the gift to someone you love. Get these very last bottles from Bakhmut at shop.artwine.com/products/flamingo. For now, these bottles cannot leave the safety of the United States, so only US orders are accepted. A once-in-a-lifetime chance to own or gift a piece of history that will never be made again. Slava Ukraini, my friends. With this Thanksgiving edition, I have more peculiar videos for you. I'm guessing you've never seen anything like it, but it again goes to show the unity that Ukrainian people have when they're being bombed. This is a Kyiv shelter. You might say Kiev, but that's how Russians say it. Ukrainians say Kyiv, just letting you know. So, this man has a baby, also has a bulldog, and also there's a random stray raccoon here. I kid you not, that is a raccoon, right? Correct me if I'm wrong, but look at that raccoon. Bulldog, raccoon, and a baby. Hitting it off in the shelter. I mean, this is unity if I've ever seen one. Wonderful picture. Now we travel to the Russian army, because this list of videos for Thanksgiving, it continues. This is how Russians evacuate. Well, they evacuate any way they can, same as Ukrainians, but this is one peculiar evacuation where the wounded is taped to the back of an ATV, you know, the vehicle that... This vehicle. This is amazing. This is the wounded guy, he's being taped to the back of it. Wow, wow, wee, wow, question mark? What's going on here? And it's being taped to the guy in the front. They tape them together. This is how evacuation works in our army, for F's sake. Are you filming on the phone? Yeah. I'm so sick of your phone already. Everything will be fine. If anything, yeah, the guy in the front who the guy is being taped to is like, if anything happens, shout. It's gonna go like 70 clicks an hour, mod strafing to the face of the wounded guy in the back. He's gonna hit a stone. He's like, bam. It's gonna be bad. If this shrapnel he got hit with doesn't kill him, this ride will. Yeah, if anything, shout. Go, Mishanya, text me. How can you... Your arms are taped. How can you text? Come on, come on. Go, we will respond, we will respond. Oh my god. Happy Thanksgiving, my friends. Now we watch another peculiar video, Thanksgiving edition. This is a Ukrainian defensive line. We have dragon's teeth, 3 rows, and not barbed wire, but a razor wire. It's much more dangerous. 3 rows again. They do work. We have countless videos of Russian assault troops getting stuck in this razor wire. You might think, it's not gonna work. Yeah, it literally works. It's how old it is, I don't know. This technique of defense comes from World War I and before, and it still works. Thing is, though, these metal wires connecting the dragon's teeth, these ones here, and the razor wire, if they're 2-3 years already in the elements, they tend to rust. So you gotta maintain them in the tens and hundreds of kilometers they actually go on. So there's a guy in this video carrying a bucket of grease. Kid you not, just a bucket of grease, walking tens of clicks, does this every day and oils up the wire that connects the dragon's teeth. You gotta maintain your defensive lines. And that's what the Ukrainians do. Russians not so much. It's just a peculiar way of thinking about it. You never think about this stuff. It's like you actually gotta maintain your razor wire, otherwise it will rust through in like 5 years. Have you ever thought about that? Thanksgiving edition, video number, I don't know, but we have a first time I've ever seen it, a Russian Dragon drone. You remember these drones that Ukraine introduced like half a year ago, even more actually, end of 2024, when they spilled fire from, I think it had thermite or phosphorus, whatever it had. The drone was flying over Russian positions, puking fire down below. When 1 year later, now we finally have Russians copying this technology, using it or in Ukrainian, drone nets. See these roads, there's these roads of life where Ukrainians are pulling in and evacuating. They're using these roads because they have drone nets. Now, a Russian drone actually burns it. These nets are not metal, you know, they're fishing nets usually. So it burns it, puking fire on top of it, destroying the drone net so FPVs can wreak havoc on the live roads again. Just another peculiar video. But I want to end this video, since it is Thanksgiving Friday, I want to end this video with something you can all be thankful for and I can be thankful for. Russia has suddenly lost their access to space. See, how does Russia get into space? They actually don't have a space platform or launching platform for missiles in Russia. They leased one from Kazakhstan. I kid you not. This is a Baikonur. This is a launch site in Kazakhstan that Russia leases as an enclave for 2050. 25 more years they have a leasing contract with them. So it's basically like a small Russian rental soil on Kazakh soil. This only Russian space missile launch site is now destroyed. Not destroyed, but an accident happened. It doesn't work. Let's just look at the video. Here is the launch site, and when the missile was going up, the initial thrust that came out down below destroyed the launch platform here, and it takes about 1 to 2 years to now repair it. Analysts say launches of Soyuz and Progress spacecraft are now delayed indefinitely. These are the spacecraft, and this is the launch site that was used, the only one that was used to send Russian astronauts to space and equipment and supplies to space, to the ISS also. So if this doesn't work now, Russia doesn't have access to space. It is very strange. A very strange bit of knowledge. They actually are not a space country right now. They cannot fly anything into space. They have to lease out other platforms from China or from European countries. They cannot. We don't also have any of those. Possibly they will lease from China now to send stuff to the ISS and some astronauts up there. But they cannot use their own Baikonur Cosmodrome because it's right now broken. And that's something I'm thankful for Thanksgiving. My friends, go and get yourself a wine from Bakhmut. Link is in the description below. There is a very finite number of these bottles anywhere in the world right now. And if they're gone, they're gone. But you can get it and you can pour a glass for your family and friends and toast for the Ukrainian flamingo with this art wine rosé. Until my next video, every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Slava Ukraini, and bye-bye.